Hey guys, today's video is going to be 21 brands that I want to try in 2021. This video is highly inspired by Samantha March. This is something she's been doing for the past couple years, and I watched her do her review of that at the end of the year to see if she had used the brands that she said she wanted to use, and I thought that was really fun to see, because the beauty industry just keeps pumping out things and new brands are popping up at all times, or you learn about new brands all the time. So I can see how that could change over the year and you don't get to check any of the brands off. So I thought that was really fun. And yes, I'm going to do 21. I know a lot of people did 10, but I have some makeup and a little bit of skincare, and there are so many brands that I've had my eye on for a while now. So I figured this is the perfect time for me to mention those brands. Not all these brands are new or obscure. They're just things I personally haven't tried yet. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, I hope that you like this video and subscribe and stick around. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay guys, I have these written down in front of me, so if I'm looking down, that is why. And I'm not even gonna think too much about it. I'm just going to tell you as I wrote them down. I'm going to start with the makeup, and the skincare will be at the end. There are only 3 skincare. So number 1, Kosas. I know that they don't have a full range of things that I'm interested in. I'm not really interested in their foundation oil, but their concealer, so many people have highly raved about it. So I've been eyeing it for so long. I have heard a lot of people say that the concealer colors and even the foundation colors are really yellow, and I find myself to be more neutral peachy pink. So I don't know if it would color match me correctly, but the formulation, so many people have raved about it that I'm so interested. And then those cream blush and highlighter duos are just when people show when they get pan and stuff, and it just looks so creamy and delicious. I'm so interested in those. I think they look so good. The second brand I'm really interested in is Persona Cosmetics. Now, I have been dying to try Persona ever since they came out with the Identity 1 palette, and so many people raved about it, said it was the best staple palette ever. I have 800 palettes. I mean, not realistically, hyperbole. I have so many palettes that I don't know if I necessarily need a staple palette, but that staple palette looks really good. And I love the blushes that she's come out with, the lip liners and things like that. Got my eye on that one. And then speaking, all of these first few kind of they feel similar. Everybody knows the brand, but they're still kind of smaller. So this third one is Cosmetics. Now, I did not watch makeup YouTube back when Michelle, I think it was, who created Cosmetics, was on YouTube regularly when she was a really big thing. I didn't start watching beauty YouTube until 5 years ago, and I was really just watching Taylor Wynn, Casey Holmes, and Kathleen Lights, but I don't watch Casey anymore. Anyways, Cosmetics, really interested in this brand. Those blushes look so delicious. Those little BB eyeshadow palettes look so beautiful. Highly interested in that. And then Glossier. Now, I know a lot of people have mixed feelings on Glossier. Because I'm newer to the beauty industry and the beauty community in this way, there are so many cult classic items that I'm still but I want to try that and I want to see, what it's like. Nabla. Oh my gosh. I have been eyeing Nabla for a while, and then they came out with that side-by-side palette, and I'm that's so freaking beautiful. I mean, it does remind me a lot of the BH Cosmetics Love in London palette, just the vibe of it. But it does have a little bit more variety, I believe. And it just looks so pretty. Nabla. Oh my gosh, and those bronzers, and those blushes. Ugh, I love. Okay, here's another brand. I've heard people mention this brand so much, and I started following them on Instagram, and they do have great content there, but every time I go to their website, it just isn't enough to pull me in because they don't have their swatches on their website. Please, brands, when you have people swatching stuff on your Instagram, or even you swatching stuff on your Instagram, please put that on your website. I hate when it's like, you know, this is for sale. I'm like, okay, well, show me, like, you know, show me a little bit more about it. So what I'm talking about here is Bodyography. Those glitter pigments have been on my mind for years now. Allie Glines uses them all the time. Katie Jane Hughes uses them all the time. They look so beautiful, but I don't know what it looks like from the pot. I want to see the swatch. I want to see it in different lighting settings. I want to get the right colors. You know what I mean? And like, I don't want to just be like stalking Katie Jane Hughes and Allie Glines and being like, okay, this is the exact shade, and then taking a screenshot myself. I probably will do that, but like, I shouldn't have to do that. You know what I mean? Brands should, and I told them on like a post, they were like, what do you want to see from us next year or something on an Instagram story? And I was like, I want to see swatches on your website. And they responded and they're like, what do you mean? And I was like, I mean, I want to see swatches on your website. Because right now, when you click a color, it's just like the pot. And it's like, did you want this one? And I'm like, okay, well, these are glitter pigments, so they look really similar in a pot. So, I don't know. I'm complaining about a brand I want to try. Oh, my eye, really on its waterworks thing today. But I want to try their glitter pigments. And they've come out with like a concealer and eyeshadow palettes and all of this stuff recently too. So they're on my radar. The next brand is Spectrum. I had never heard of Spectrum until Katie Jane Hughes is like, this is brushes from my Spectrum collection coming out next year. And I'm like, okay, noted. Katie Jane Hughes is coming out with a brush set. Noted. She was saying end of the year, then she was saying beginning of next year. She's been saying January, but she's been kind of not saying as much anymore, so I'm not sure when it's going to come out because, you know, I'm sure she wanted those brushes to be perfect, and she's been using them for like a while now, so that's on my radar. Speaking of amazing makeup artist, Danessa Myricks. Oh my gosh, I don't think I'm like equipped to use her products because they do feel very much like makeup artist, paint your face type products, but man, do they intrigue me. The foundation, oh my gosh, okay, so I did a, what's it called, like a little Zoom meeting masterclass thing with Danessa Myricks and Katie Jane Hughes, and it's just like the way her products work, like it has me drooling. I'm really, really interested. I really want to use that. I probably will. Like, that one will probably really happen, like, really soon. Because when I was on that call, she gave us a discount code. Next, The Ordinary makeup. Now, I had The Ordinary on here before they came out with their concealer. They just came out with a concealer. So now they have 2 foundations and a concealer. I don't think they have anything else. But if you know me at all, you know I'm obsessed with foundations and trying foundations and comparing foundations and knowing everything about foundations. And these are really, really affordable. I haven't looked too deep into them, so I don't know about the differences in the foundations. I don't know what the concealer, what they're saying about it or anything, but it is on my radar. Here's another really affordable brand that I've just never tried. J.Cat Beauty. Now, I know Taylor Wynn has raved about their highlighter for years. I know there was a real big time where everybody was raving about their powder foundation. I've seen Kathleen use their Aquasurance foundation and concealer a lot. Kathleen Lights, you know, my friend. But so I've never bought anything. I've added stuff to my cart many times and I've just never bought it because it's like when I'm buying something, especially online, I just feel like I need to get more than one thing, or I need to get like backups at the same time, because I just feel like shipping for one item, not for me purchasing it, but for like the world, and like making a postman do that is just like not my thing. So I don't like to buy just one thing when I shop online. So I've always ended up not purchasing the J.Cat stuff. But it is really on my radar, and I might actually do it this year because it is so affordable. And if I buy a few things, then maybe I'll feel better about it. This next brand, Makeup Geek. They've been around forever, and I actually owned some Makeup Geek. When they switched from their round pans to their square pan eyeshadows, all of their round pans went on sale. So I purchased a few. I think I have like 9 to 12, something like that. And it's not necessarily like a cohesive set of colors. I just picked whatever colors were clearancing out that looked like something that I would like. I wasn't thinking of like a specific eyeshadow look or creating an eyeshadow palette. So I do have those, and I've swatched them, but I have never used them. So I want to put it on here so that I actually use that this year. And then maybe I'll buy more stuff. I don't know. We'll see. If you guys would be interested in just checking out the eyeshadows, let me know. I will make sure that the shades still exist that I use on my channel, because I think that's kind of important. Maybe. I don't know. You let me know. These next two brands, I think it might have been November. Yeah, in November, I did a Thanksgiving makeup look, and it was all Black-owned beauty. And in that video, I asked for like recommendations for more Black-owned brands that were maybe smaller, like not Fenty or Pat McGrath, you know what I mean? And I got Mented and Midas, and I have seen their things before. I know Midas came out with those face palettes with Neon MUA. And Mented has those like really great bronzers and blushes. Those look really good. But those are on my radar. I'm excited to see what Midas comes out with this year, because I'm pretty sure she's going to come out with some cool stuff. I do follow her on Twitter, and she's like been getting a new office and all of this stuff. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to do this year. Mented, I haven't really seen much. I don't know if they're going to be releasing anything exciting this year. If not, I will just get the powders. Another brand that is on my list, and it's been on my list, but I haven't purchased anything because it's expensive, is Ilia. Ilia is one of those brands that I kind of long for. Like, I really like their packaging. I really, like that they're like, cruelty-free and natural or whatever they are. But they are so expensive. And the reviews on a lot of their things are kind of like up and down. It's like there are some people that truly love that skin tint. There are some people that are like, I don't know why anyone likes this skin tint. So with something like that, that's like, it's like $50. I'm going to want every single person that I watch on YouTube to be in love with it. So I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on that, but it is on my mind at all times. All right, this next one is super exciting, and I'm 100% going to be trying this brand this year, and that is Samantha Ravndahl's brand. We don't know the name of it yet. But earlier this week, she was just on a live, and I was watching it, and I just got my stimulus check, my little baby tiny stimulus check from the government, and I asked her, I said, asking for a friend, would $600 cover everything in your collection, whatever you're releasing? And she laughed. She was like, are you kidding me? Like, you will not need $600. She said that there's one thing that comes in 8 shades. I'm thinking a bronzer. That's what I'm thinking. And then there's another thing. She didn't say it came in shades. I'm thinking it's like a highlighter that's like clear, balmy, liquid, or cream highlighter that could go over anyone's skin tone. That's what I'm telling you I think it is. I think it's a bronzer and a highlighter. But she said you could buy all 8 shades of the one item and the second item for $84. Now, she has told us that the pricing is around like Fenty pricing, but the packaging is what she thinks more like Charlotte Tilbury. You guys need to be on her lives because she really spills the beans, especially if Mac gets on. You can really get some things out of them. Her lives are really juicy. But so definitely will be getting that. If it is bronzer, I am not going to get the entire range. That would make no sense. But if it is something, you know, that would make sense for me to have all the shades, then I will. But I don't think it will make sense because she even said that she sent most of the PR that she sent people 2 or 3 shades, I believe is what she said, because she wasn't sure exactly what shade they would be based on pictures. So anyways, that's all the tea I know on Samantha Ravndahl's brand, and I 100% will be purchasing it. She doesn't expect it to sell out, but girl, I do, and I'm pretty nervous. So I'm hoping that I can get my hands on it, and I'm really excited about that. Okay, the next brand is Terra Moon. Now, if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with Pat McGrath's eyeshadows, and if you know indie brand supporters, you know that they scream from the top of their lungs. You don't need to buy Pat McGrath to have beautiful shimmers and glimmers and duochromes and multichromes. Indie brands have been doing it for years. So I have been on the lookout looking at different indie brands, and I know there's like Cleona. JD Glow obviously has amazing shimmers. Give Me Glow. And then this is the one that I wrote down because they have these ones that are like iridescent fairy dust. Oh, gosh. And that is Terra Moon. Now, I obviously will be watching Amy Loves Makeup to get her thoughts on the Terra Moon shades that I should get. But Terra Moon is definitely on my list. Number 17 here is Aether Beauty. Khaki raves about Aether Beauty all the time. Their eyeshadow palettes and makeup in general is a little bit pricier, but they did have a 50% off sale going, so I might pick up something because this is probably my best chance to get something at a cheaper price. So they are on my list, and they are one that I probably will just because of the sale right now. The last makeup brand is one that I've never heard anyone talk about, and I even searched this brand in YouTube to see if anybody had talked about it, and everyone who has posted about it is like from Russia, I think. Oh, Russia, Ukraine, that area. I'm really bad with geography. I completely apologize. But this brand, I believe, is in Belarus. Is that in Russia? I don't know. But this brand also was recently having a sale. Let me tell you about the brand. The brand is called StasyAlex. StasyAlex. I will put pictures of these brands if I can fit them like in this area to show you what I'm talking about. This brand specifically comes out with like, I think they're 5 pans that look kind of like Natasha Denona's 5 pans, and the color stories are so beautiful, and the way they share them is so beautiful. They always have like the most gorgeous hand swatches, and then they have like a picture of a bird or animal that the palette is like made after, and then they show you like a color wheel of the colors. It just looks so beautiful, and they are currently having a sale where like a lot of their things I think are like 20% off, so you can get these. They're normally I think $22 and they're on sale for $17. I don't know if that math adds up, but I'm probably going to purchase one of those really soon because it'll probably take a while to get to me. I'm not sure. But they just look so beautiful, and the swatches, they look so good. And then they also do like an eyeshadow look, and that looks so good also. So that is the last makeup brand on my list. Now we are moving on to the skincare, and I only have 3 skincare brands, and that is Good Molecules. It's affordable. People rave about it. It's kind of along the lines of The Ordinary, where it's like very simplified and they tell you your ingredients, except for it's like one step up because it is a mix of ingredients. So instead of it being something where you have to be like a scientist for some of the items, it actually comes with, you know, the fats and the emulsifiers and, you know, all those smart people words mixed in. So it you can get like stronger complexes and stronger formulas in a safer way. Without irritating your skin too much. But that is probably one that I will definitely purchase this year because their packaging is really cute. I really like what they stand for. I really like the sound of a lot of their products. It's not like I go on there and I'm like, oh, I have dry skin and all this is for oily skin. Like, there's a lot of things on there that are really pulling my attention. So I'm probably going to try that this year. Number 20 is Weleda. Now, if you watch Katie Jane Hughes, you know that she uses this Weleda face and body cream, I think, or I don't know, the stuff on her face at all times, and it's pretty inexpensive. I think you can actually get it at Target. Well, it's like middle price, but it's really inexpensive for skincare. But it looks so creamy and delicious, and I just feel like my skin would really like that. That's something, and that's just the one specific item that I'm looking at. I haven't looked at like their range. That's one item that I might end up purchasing just because it's winter. My skin could really use the moisture. So that's one I'm kind of on the fence about getting like more sooner rather than later, but maybe I'll wait and just do it for next year because I really just, I have a lot of stuff that I need to get through, and I need to, you know, be smart, because skincare does go bad, and I don't like buying something new and then it just sitting in my cabinet. You know what I mean? It can sit at the store until I'm ready for it. Because if I bring it home, I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to switch and start using this tonight. And then all my other stuff is just going to go bad. All right. And the last one here is Peach and Lily. So there are 2 things that really draw me into this brand. The first thing is the packaging. Boy, oh boy, how cute is this packaging. I love the colors. I love the like simplicity, but it's just enough. It's so freaking cute. I want it. That's like the number 1 reason. It's so freaking cute. And number 2 is they have that glass skin like moisturizing primer thing. That sounds really interesting. So those are the 21 brands that I want to try in 2021. Yes, it was a lot. I hope I give you some good reasons. You should let me know down below things that you think I should try, things you think I should not try. If there are brands that I missed that you think I need to try, let me know below. If any of these brands sound like something that you would like to see me try on my channel, let me know so that I make sure that if I buy it, that I don't just use it behind the scenes. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it so much. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!